What's up everybody? Welcome back to another PGR reaction in lieu of yet another day of me not being able to get to the DMC collab, albeit I think next week we should be able to get to it without any issues, so that's good. Today I'm going to be getting to Echo of Faded Petals, which actually sounds weirdly familiar. I feel like I reacted to this already for some reason. I looked it up on my channel, nothing. I don't have it, so I don't know why I feel like I've already listened to this, but the proof is in the pudding, I haven't, so I guess I'm going to be listening to this one as requested by Moasir in the comments of the last video, and like I said, we will be getting to the DMC one, most likely next, but until then we'll have to fill the space with something that's hopefully just as good, so I guess without further ado, let's go! Heavy atmospheric start. Seems to be a par for the course with PGR a lot of the time. Okay, the visuals there at the beginning were definitely giving me a hint. But I've got to see what the music tells me. A lot of longing and forlorn in this. The emotion is definitely strong, but very sad. A lot of minor key movement. Okay, uh-oh. The atmosphere is getting stronger again. Is this gonna be a horror-based song? Oh, ooh. The sound design for the atmosphere is doing a lot. Got more intense? Yeah, okay. So now I'm getting horror vibes like crazy. Ooh, ooh. I'm getting myself lost in it. It's a very big song. It has a lot of room. Ooh. Off-time synth and beat. Working with some syncopation, making things feel even more uncomfortable. I see why it has the title it does, for sure. They're definitely not hiding that correlation. Lots of reverb, lots of echo. A big cavernous facility somewhere. Like an abandoned laboratory that nobody's supposed to know about. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. Yeah, all of the tension and everything is just screaming, you shouldn't be here right now. Like, every single chord has clashing notes in it. None of it is like a full major chord. Nothing feels bright. Nothing feels happy. It's all intense. It's all on edge the whole way through. Okay, raising intensity, lowering the tension a little bit. It's still there. See, to me, this feels like it saw you. I don't know what it is. I think that's kind of the weirdest part about it. The worst part is that I don't know what it could be. But that last section definitely gave way to chase in this one. Albeit it's backed off a little bit by now. We're more back to like the stealthy tension. Now we're in the they know you're there, don't let them see you again. Those ominous as hell vocals too. Ooh. And they didn't even do like a resolution technically. They just let it go. And like, oh, that makes it even worse in some ways. Like, in a good way. I'm not saying that as a negative thing. It makes you feel worse, but that's definitely what this song was trying to do, was make you feel anxious all the way through it. So I was kind of yapping a little bit more often than usual during this song. I think I was just being enticed by the energy of the track to relieve some of my own tension by talking. I usually talk, but I usually don't talk quite that often in a song this long. So I think that that also says something about the track as well. So this song totally, 100%, and obviously had something to do with you aren't supposed to be here. You aren't supposed to be figuring out what you're figuring out. There is a tension that somebody could figure out that you're there, that you're discovering what you are at any point. There is this constant like cat and mouse game being played, and I don't like any of it. Like, it 100% sounded like something you would hear in an empty laboratory, an empty facility full of secrets that shouldn't be made public, but you're going to be the one to uncover them. You're going to be the one to figure out what's going wrong. And every single time that you think you're safe, you let your guard down just a little bit, you then realize that maybe you're not alone here. Maybe there are people watching. Maybe there is something here, someone, something kind of up for debate, but they know. Whoever they are, whoever it is aware of your presence here, and you have to keep aware of that. Like, you can't let yourself get too comfortable, otherwise they will find you, they will stop you, and most likely kill you. So it's very, very much a constant tension threat throughout this entire song. And at that part where it got more intense, it 100% felt like it was, oh shit, they saw me and I need to go hide. And then at some point you were able to maybe get control of the situation again after that, but now there's this constant underlying note of they know. And you know they know, and that is terrifying in its own right. Like I kind of mentioned during the reaction, not once during this entire song did any part of it hit a chord that wasn't fighting with something else in the music, whether that was another layer, another instrument that was doing something completely different and creating that tension there, or if it was truly just a whole chord with like a note or two that don't necessarily traditionally belong, so it makes it feel immediately off to any normal listener. Anyone who's not really aware of how music theory functions, it'll just sound wrong. And that's the most visceral, raw reaction that people want to get out of you when they compose stuff like this. They want you to feel like you just fucked up, or that you're constantly fucking up. Whatever you're doing right now, stop it. You know, that tension is supposed to give you anxiety, and this entire song is 6 minutes of anxiety. anxiety. The whole way through, even I was feeling it, even though I was aware of how things are going in this scenario and I could feel the story in it. No part of me was like, oh yeah, I should be listening to this right now. I felt like I shouldn't be listening to the song right now. They did a really good job at capturing that essence of you shouldn't be here. Leave. And I just haven't heard a song recently that's nailed that aesthetic quite so well. This is very well done on a technical level. From the vocals in there, adding that like otherworldly, paranormal kind of tension to it, something that just does not feel like it should be there, because it sounds like people, but also just barely, you know, like it could be something else, but you're not sure, and that's scary as well, like everything in this song. I'm very confident that this is probably like an abandoned situation, like there's a laboratory or a scientific location. It could be a school, I guess, as well, but it just feels more high-tech than that with all the synths in there, so I'm assuming that it's most likely like an abandoned lab or something that you're supposed to be, as the player, kind of going through, and again, you shouldn't be here. That's really, you could rename this song to You Shouldn't Be Here. And I think the title of Echo of Faded Petals actually plays to that very well too, because echoes of the past are a thing. That's largely something that you would go somewhere or touch something, feel something, look at anything that feels like you can tell how much life was once there but is now completely abandoned and stripped of its identity of what was once there. But you kind of have this little time capsule in front of you of what was, and that is an echo of the past. Something where you can just look at it and go, wow, I feel the history here, is probably the best way to word that. And then faded petals could be referring to like what was once a blooming flower full of life, and it had so much ahead of it, you know? It was gorgeous in what it was. It had potential, but it's a faded petal, so eventually it died. So the portmanteau of those two being echoes of faded petals is kind of neat as a concept, so I think that's probably what they're going for with the title here. I'm loosely adjusting some of those terms too, so maybe I'm a little bit off, but that feels pretty accurate here. But I think that's largely all I was gonna say on this one. Like, I could get into the technicalities of how some other parts of like the song's composition works, but largely I think just saying what I said already makes the most sense. They wrote it with a lot of tension. There's constant minor crunches in here. Everything is just not working together. There are notes clashing all over the place, and that's kind of the core of the song. So I think that's the best overview I can give without getting way too technical, and I guess that's about all I gotta say here. So thank you all so very much for watching. Again, I do have the DMC stuff that I will be getting to as soon as possible, hopefully this next week. But if you have anything else you want me to get to, by all means, leave it in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. And of course, if you just like this video and you want to follow me and support me for more stuff in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!